Hey everyone, it's Richard RS4. Today I'll be going over just some new leaks related to just the next kind of fictional car coming to Greenville. We recently got some leaks related to just the next car coming, or I don't think it's going to be coming in this update, but maybe in like the next update coming in like maybe a month or two with like fictional cars. But nonetheless, today I'm going to be going over that. Basically, this car is related to the next Western kind of motors brand. And today I'm just be going through all that. So yeah, let's get started. So right off the bat, I just want to go over this new leak is related to the Western Motors brand. So if you don't know what the Western Motors brand is, basically like a fictional car brand by Bluezilla, who's one of the Greenville devs, who kind of works for this game. And this is kind of his fictional car brand. Fictional meaning, of course, these things are in real life. They do have kind of more crazy styling, different rims, different kind of just whole kind of aspect. I know he probably wanted to make it very realistic, but they're also very, fictionalized because this car is not made in real life. But it's really cool how Greenville has these. Greenville has always had kind of fictional cars, and throughout its history, and it's always been Western was like the first ones. I remember playing GV back in the day, and Western was like a fictional car brand. They're pretty cool. Also, Apex was also like, it wasn't made by any devs. It's just like a Roblox fictional car brand. But Apex was a really cool brand back in the day. I think Pacifico had their cars for a little while, but Greenville also had it as well. This is like back in GV3, GV2 when I used to play. But yeah, today we're just going to be going over another Western car brand, motor, kind of vehicle. And yeah, let's get started. So the first thing is just in Greenville community news. Right off the bat, we have this leak posted by Bluezilla in member hangout. And right off the bat, so I knew this right away. It was a Western. I didn't even notice that like the rim said Western on it. But we have some sort of like cool, kind of very sharp or very like edgy. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's very sharp design. Lots of sharp corners. I knew this was a Western right off the bat because this is the only car in like Greenville that has kind of this kind of design. And in real life, I've never seen in real life car manufacturers had this design. I don't know if it's very expensive to have kind of this design, or maybe they can't do it for some sort of regulations. This is a really cool design. Western always has kind of this like sharp line that kind of goes from the grille to the fender and then goes back down, cuts down, and kind of, all that jazz. So this is a pretty cool car. It says Western on the rim. You have the Western logo. Was that always a Western logo? I don't even know what the Western logo looks like. That's a pretty cool design logo. You also have some sort of brake caliper right here. It says Western on it in red. Looks like a very detailed brake caliper. Normally Greenville has kind of more low poly brake caliper, but this is a pretty cool caliper. I'm going to be looking forward towards that. This is only the leak we got so far, but I just noticed that this is actually related to this car. So this is probably the car, or the front of the car, that's wrapped right here. I thought this was some sort of Pontiac G8, but I didn't even really know what the concept was, or what car this car was based off of. It looked pretty fictional because it does have 2D rims, but we look at this thing, we have, I know it's kind of covered, but honestly this is the Western car. The reason why I say this, I'll go more in detail in a little bit, but if we scroll up, we have some sort of another leak, which this says fall 2025, which honestly this might kind of be, I mean, fall just started, so it could be like maybe in October, November, but fall 2025, so it could come out in a couple weeks or maybe months. I have no clue, but this is the same car. This kind of body design, it's very faint, but you can kind of see it's a coupe, and this coupe kind of matches the body lines of this thing, which this Western car. And the reason why I say it's also this car, these are all like just leaks connected, because if you look at the DRL and the rim, you can see, look how close they are together. Like, it looks like a very low car. So coupes are normally very low, and this DRL is very low. Kind of matches to kind of like the rim, the tire. It's very the same height. And if we look at this car, if we zoom in, look, or just Western cars, kind of coupes in general, just have very low, they're very low, of course, low roof kind of roof design and all that. But we see this fender, we can kind of see, look how the rim or the tire kind of matches bumper, kind of slopes down. Coupes normally do that, or just sporty cars in general. We can kind of see that kind of matches with this car as well. And I mean, the rear is pretty cool as well, but let me just point out that this whole back piece is covered, and normally the front is covered as well, but we also have like kind of this vent on the side, or just kind of this piece on the side, and we have a reflector there. So I'm in the Greenville game currently. Let me just change the time real quick if I can spell. But I just want to go into the dealership real quick. And once we're in the dealership, they obviously of course have Western cars in the game. If you just search of Western, this game has a bunch of Western cars. I didn't really know what they're based off to originally, but these kind of older cars kind of remind me of like some sort of older Volkswagen. But if we look at this Western Circle or Circle, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I believe this is the next car, or this car we're gonna get a remodel of this Western car. Reason why I say this, if we look at the rim and the headlight, if you kind of compare them, look how very low they are. The headlight, or sorry, like the headlight and the DRL, they kind of match up. And you know how I said that like coupes normally are pretty low? And again, this coupe model is old. Like if you look at this model, you can tell it doesn't look very sharp. It looks like something's kind of off. Kind of the body lines look a little off. And kind of this wheel fender is very straight edge. Looks very like kind of like older Greenville cars had. They doesn't look very realistic. But if we compare like this kind of headlight to the rim right here, we can kind of see, look, they kind of compare and look very similar. So I believe we're gonna get like some sort of Western Circle, or just any they could change the name, but some sort of Western. Could be a remodel of this one, but I believe my theory, I think they're going to just add like a new 2026 model, because if you look at Western Progen, whatever you call it, this has, you know, the new modern Western design, but they also have the older, so this is 2026, the one that they added like not too long ago in Easter. If we go in 2022, this is the 2022 model, which is an older model. They still kept it in the game, but these are both Western Progens. So it's cool how they have different model years and different generations. So it's probably 2026, the facelift, which I believe is like the next one we're gonna get. We're probably gonna get some sort of 2025, 2026 Western coupe car. They also have the convertible, but this does have 2D rims, I believe, which is fine. But maybe they made this before they added 3D rims. But who knows? Might have 3D rims, because most new cars Greenville had 3D rims, but it's fictional, so I don't know if they do 3D rims as well. They probably can, but who knows? But I believe this is a 2026 model, because the rims of course look pretty, you know, they look like a new car. Kind of this headlight looks a little slimmer compared to outgoing Western. So I believe it's probably gonna get like some sort of facelift 2026 model year, just Western, which is pretty cool. They also have the coupe, and they also have the convertible, which is, you don't even need a game pass for this convertible. A lot of people in public servers use this thing. Pretty nice. Of course, it is an older model. These seats, I don't really like that texture, to be honest, but it is a pretty cool kind of convertible. And the only kind of leak we gotten so far are of coupes. But if we kind of just compare like the current outgoing Western, and if we look at just the leaks, we can kind of see they're all very similar cars. Also, this Western right here, see kind of the side blade right here and the reflector. If we look at this one right here, we look, it has like, I said side blade, but it has like a vent on the side and the reflector. Kind of switch the sides angles, you kind of see they're right there. And on this leaked car that was camouflaged, you kind of see they have like kind of the similar placement, of course different because it is a newer model, so it's gonna be way higher detailed. Also has quad exhaust. This base model doesn't have quad exhaust, but the higher terms do have quad exhaust. Kind of compare them, they look very, very similar. Even like the whole roof design right here, like kind of like the fender or quarter panel meets kind of into the roof. And that design, it very, very similar. Looks very similar. Even like the whole window design, like if you look at the windows design, very big window, kind of bigger, like kind of backseat window as well. Short, like I believe it's like a C pillar, like rear pillar. If you look at like that, kind of like the trim that holds the windows, these are very, very similar, and they look very similar. Honestly, if you just compare these two side by side, very similar. Even the mirrors look very, very similar. So that's why I believe we're getting the next Western car. And of course, they also leaked it on the Twitter page as well. So kind of get an idea what the taillights look like. I swear another Western car looked like kind of these taillights. I don't know if they removed it. I think they removed some older Western cars. I don't know if this based off the older Western Sergel, whatever coupe car, Sergel. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna say Sergel. I'm gonna say that. But it does say fall 2025. This is posted on Twitter kind of, or X I should say, a while ago. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we have a bunch of Western leaks, and I'm kind of just putting all the dots together. This Western coupe car is pretty cool. Hopefully get a convertible. We're probably gonna get a convertible as well, assuming, but they're probably just doing the coupe as well, and then based off the convertible off the coupe, of course. But yeah, these things are pretty cool. I don't think these 2021s are gonna go off sale, since the current Pro Gen is still on sale, and it is an older model. No one really drives these Western cars too much. The newer ones are pretty cool. I actually just bought one, but yeah, I think we're just gonna get a 2026 model year, some sort of newer coupe sedan. Sorry, not sedan, but coupe convertible trim. I also have my 2026 Pro Gen LA, just bought it for this video, and honestly, it's a really nice car. They really have nice, like, kind of like hazards. If you turn on like the headlights, look at the taillights, really cool how the kind of taillight cancels out for the brake light. And these turn signals are super kind of like, it's very sequential, but it goes throughout the whole car, which normally on most IRL cars they just have it on either side. But yeah, these cars are pretty cool, really cool design. He always does a good job with these models. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the next Western car at Greenville. But yeah, I think that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just comment down below if you just want to see, more leaked videos. I'll be making sure to keep everyone updated if this game adds any more leaks related to the next update. Be on the lookout for like the next licensed car brand. I think it's probably going to come out in the next few weeks. Keep everyone updated throughout that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, peace out.